Gary, did the washout kind of affect your plans in any way? Were there any players that you were still kind of hoping to have a better look at going into the game against Australia, form-wise and things like that?
It wasn't so much about needing to look at more people. I think we've seen enough of them over the last wee while. It was more perhaps just getting guys into that match mode again. But we've played a lot of cricket recently, so for us, the actual break and the chance to have a little bit of a hit indoors wasn't a bad thing at all either. So the guys are still, I guess, freshened up slightly and looking forward to getting to Sydney today.
From a confidence perspective, do you think it does any harm then that their last game going into the actual opener was that one against South Africa?
No, not at all. I mean, you don't win World Cups in warm-up games. We were certainly taking the opportunity to rest a few players that would normally play in their normal positions then, and we're under no illusions though. Australia are obviously a fine T20 team playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. We're going to have to be very, very near our best to beat them. So we've had a good number of scouting meetings this morning and I guess set the scene for what we want to happen in Sydney, and just looking forward to getting there now and training tomorrow and readiness for Saturday night.
How do you go about as well, I guess, from a mental preparation perspective, dealing with going into, you know, an opener against Australia, who you don't often beat in Australia, as well as knowing it'll be a packed out SCG? Like, it's a few kind of mental hurdles to overcome.
Yeah, but I think whether it's a hurdle or whether that's the opportunity and excitement that it brings, I think is probably more the case with a lot of our guys. And really T20 cricket is about entertainment, and we're going to go there and play at the SCG in front of 40,000 fans. And I think that excitement factor is probably outweighs any mental barriers or mental hurdles that there might be.
And just lastly, quickly from me on Lockie, like you said, he's available for this weekend. How did he pull up after playing in that warm-up match, and what did you make of, I guess, what he was able to show in that short amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, it was Lockie's first bowl in a match for some time. And I think by his admission, just a little bit rusty, but he had another good bowl again last night, albeit out indoors, and he will bowl again tomorrow at training. Yeah, he will want to keep, I guess, sharpening up and just, getting ready for what's ahead of him. But look, he's been around this white ball team for a long time now, and he's certainly, I guess, an ace up our sleeve when it comes to the match as well. He has that genuine pace, and he is a match winner, and hopefully he can turn that on Saturday night.
You just mentioned Daryl's still unavailable. How far away is he? How's he tracking?
The plan is for Daryl to get the small cast he's got on his hand off tomorrow and actually start hitting some balls. So it will be the first chance tomorrow, just I guess, for us to see where he's at, and then it will just be a matter of time of how quickly he can adjust, I guess, to the strength initially needed in the hand and how his pain threshold is around it. But Daryl's a tough competitor, and I expect if there's half a chance of him being right for the second game, he'll be doing everything to make sure that he is.
How's his mindset? I guess it's been a frustrating one on the eve of the tournament to have an injury like this and not be able to play a big ticket game like Australia first up.
Yeah, I think there's that natural disappointment, but I mean, he's got on with things. He's been involved with a number of our discussions around the team and the way we're trying to play, and still been a big part of the side. And I think that's important when you come to these tournaments. I mean, it's unlikely that you have the same 11 that will play right throughout the tournament. There's little niggles happen, things can change, and so we're certainly ready for that, and we'll be ready to welcome back Daryl, and I guess when he's ready to play.
I was just going to ask on that, in terms of the loads, you've got 3 games in the opening 7 days, Australia, and to obviously kick things off. In terms of the loads, what's the mindset likely to be around that?
Well, there'll be no management of players unless they're injured, so we expect that we'll just select what we think is our right 11 for each match, and certainly no, I guess, loading through a World Cup stage at all.
And Australia, obviously rematch of last year's final, pretty special way to kick things off. Is there the old element of revenge or anything like that on the cards as you approach this one?
It hasn't really been discussed. I mean, I think when you come to World Cups, you're going to play against a number of very, very good sides, and I think there are genuinely 7 or 8 sides that could win this World Cup. We've seen a number of close games, a number of upsets, I think you'd call them, in this very, very early stages of the qualifying period as well. And I'm sure throughout the tournament there'll be upsets and matches that people don't expect.